a Sunday morning, August 24th, 2025, and welcome to a special edition of Brandon's World, where I am going to be talking all things streaming. Now, over the past few years, I have talked about media rights and media deals more than I ever had before, due to the fact that obviously the NFL signed new media rights deals recently with the likes of Amazon Prime for Thursday Night Football, with the likes of Netflix for Christmas Day. Obviously, WWE and their new media rights deals with Netflix for Raw, SmackDown for USA Network, the CW for NXT, the NBA just saying their media rights deals with Amazon Prime, with NBC / Peacock, as well as ESPN / ABC / Disney. But we got some new rings to throw into the hat, and I couldn't record for a few days, so that's why I'm doing this on a Sunday morning, because I cannot let this wait in the wings of our 2025 NFL predictions, which continue and will finish up next week. Because when I covered the WWE moving their premium live events to the ESPN Direct to consumer service, the initial report was that it was going to happen in 2026. It's actually going to happen next month. And not only that, but Major League Baseball has just, about to close their deal. The reports are all out about their new media rights deal. And I'm going to combine all that information in a one audio podcast, excuse me, slash one video clip on the YouTube channel, because it really all falls under one umbrella, ladies and gentlemen. No, we're not going to talk about the WWE moving their PLE to September 20th, WrestlePalooza, to go head to head with AEW today, because that is only a small portion of the picture. Really, what is the big picture of what is going on now in what I am calling the new media? And I may be one of the only podcasters in the world talking about this to extreme length, because I really feel like it's important. 10 years ago, think about this, a decade ago, heading into 2015. Netflix never had any of this exclusive stuff. We knew about Amazon Prime basically for getting us packages on time. We never thought of Amazon Prime as having shows. We never thought of Hulu as having, exclusive shows, right? We kind of thought it was very similar to Netflix, but maybe a tier down. And the WWE Network really was the first one to revolutionize streaming, right? Get away from the pay-per-view method, go to the $9.99. The entire library was there from the end of time. And in my opinion, as I've been saying it here over the past few years, really kickstarted the streaming era. Well, we all know cable television is dying. We all know NBC, ABC, Fox, and CBS. The only thing they are hanging on to right now is sports. I mean, yes, ABC has its sitcoms, NBC has its sitcoms. Fox is more of a sports entity with maybe some cooking shows or, here and there. CBS obviously has its sitcoms and its reality shows. And there may be some general soap operas there, but outside of the broadcast news, these networks are hanging on by a thread because of sports. And we know that now the streamers are in business, right? Amazon Prime. Not only do they have the NFL, now they're getting the NBA, and they even have a deal with AEW for, you can get the pay-per-views for, I think it's $20 or $30, whatever it is. It should be more free than what it is, in my opinion. I've talked about that. And UFC is just now moving off ESPN Plus. They're going to go to Paramount Plus and some select coverage exclusively on CBS. So the pay-per-view model is dying. But we do know that fans do pay for products, and it's unfortunate because we know we have to. But everybody has always asked me, back 5, 6, 7 years, why don't you just get YouTube TV or Fobo or Hulu Live? Why do you still have Direct TV? And my response has always been, Well, first of all, YouTube TV, Fobo, Hulu, all these live streaming cable services, they're all upping their prices. They're all in negotiations with contracts. Remember, same thing as cable. Remember when YouTube TV had that negotiation with Disney? They missed like the first Monday Night Football game of the year or whatever it is. And I said, by the time you pay for all that, by the time you get all the streaming services, your ESPN Plus, your Disney Plus, your Hulu, your Peacock, your Paramount, to supplement for not paying for a cable package, you are pretty much going to be paying the same amount of cable. And as sports fans, we are actually suffering the most. And I look at it this way: the NFL has mastered the media rights deal, and WWE is coming in right behind them, and the NBA has followed that model, and now Major League Baseball is going to be following that model. That model was the following: let's get a broadcast deal. NFL obviously has all four partners, right? NBC for Sunday night, ABC for Monday night, CBS and Fox, the 1 o'clock, 425 window. But then let's license exclusive games to NBC for Peacock, ESPN Plus, Netflix for Christmas Day, Amazon Prime for Thursday Night Football. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a Paramount Plus exclusive or even one exclusive on the ESPN Direct to Consumer service. They literally have a deal with almost everybody outside of HBO Max for the NFL. Hell, you wouldn't be surprised if Hulu went there one day, right? Then you look at WWE. They have a deal with Netflix. They have a deal with cable. They have a deal with broadcast in the CW and obviously cable, NBC Universal for Friday Night SmackDown. But now you have to get the ESPN Direct to Consumer service for the main roster PLEs. You also have to keep Peacock for Saturday night's main event, plus any NXT PLEs you want to watch. They also have a deal with Tubi if you're into Evolve. So they have a contract with Fox's network, technically, because Tubi is under the Fox umbrella. So they have a deal with almost every exclusive partner. The NBA, yes, they did drop Warner Brothers Discovery, but now they're going to be on ESPN. They're going to be on ABC as they always are, but they're going to be on NBC. They're going to put a lot of games, especially Monday nights, exclusive on Peacock. And they have a deal with Amazon Prime, and Prime's going to have, some Friday night games, some Saturday afternoon games, Thursday night games once the football season ends. Obviously, ABC is going to go to Saturday night once football season ends, and then NBC is going to go to Sunday night basketball. And, the NBA is going to be on now 7 days a week. There's going to be at least 2 to 3 national TV games a day. And I was worried a little bit about overexposure, but I think maybe you get some of the teams that don't get on national TV enough, we're going to be able to see a lot more of these teams. And it's going to be even more exposure. But again, you're going to have to pay for Peacock. You're going to have to pay for Amazon Prime, and you're going to have to pay for a cable service to get ESPN/ABC. Now let's move to Major League Baseball, where they have inked a deal with NBC and Peacock. And you notice the thing about NBC and Peacock is they want to go 52 nights a year, Sunday night sports, which again shows how much of a premium sports is at in today. That NBC is betting on Sunday night football, literally right into Sunday night basketball, then literally right into Sunday night baseball, and have 52 weeks a year, Sunday night sports. I think it's a great strategy for the network personally. You have that. Then you have Apple TV almost dropping out of the running for Major League Baseball, but it is supplemented by the fact that Netflix is going to be the exclusive partner of the Home Run Derby. So again, what used to be on ESPN and ABC is now going to be on Netflix, another partner. Because ESPN is not only going to broadcast select games, but while they're sort of moving out of the broadcast of MLB market, they are buying MLB.TV, which is what I know my Cleveland Guardians are on this season. We get them through our local cable provider because it's owned by Major League Baseball. But starting next year, the Guardians are going to be on the ESPN direct to consumer service. And if I was not a fan of WWE, I would have to either, again, keep DirecTV to get that direct to consumer service for free or pay $29.99 to get the Guardians games. So, in my opinion, what is going to come relatively soon is for Major League Baseball, they want every team, right? They're going to want the Yankees to drop the Yes Network and Boston to drop theirs and the Dodgers to drop whatever network they're on. They want everybody on MLB TV. They want to control the broadcast and they want to put every team on the direct to consumer service. What that means for MLB fans and how to access games and the potential lockout in 2026, I don't know. But I'm telling you, I think that's where we're heading. And I also think where we're heading is this as a nation, right? I believe in 2030, when the NFL media rights contract is officially at the end, I think they can start negotiating in like 2028 for the 2029 season. There is going to be a seismic shift. I'm telling you, folks, we have about 4 more seasons of the NFL being on CBS and the NFL being on Fox because Netflix has already made it clear, right? They just got the Home Run Derby. They have Monday Night Raw. They have the NFL Christmas games. They want a bigger piece of the NFL pie. Now, the NFL is not going to completely move off ESPN and ABC because ESPN just acquired NFL Network. The NFL is going to own a 10% stake in ESPN, so the NFL is never going to leave ESPN. But here's what we're going to get, I believe, in the next decade of watching sports. It's going to start with the NFL, and then it's going to trickle down to the NBA, possibly Major League Baseball, and WWE is going to do something with it. And by the way, I haven't even gotten to the fact that, again, UFC is moving off that you would pay $80 for a pay-per-view because pay-per-view is dead. It's what I keep telling AEW. They need to move off, pay-per-view and just put their premium live events, I guess you would call them, on an Amazon Prime or an HBO Max for the regular subscription price. Now, instead of paying $5.99 or whatever it is for ESPN Plus and $80 for the pay-per-view, you're gonna pay $7.99, I believe, for the ad version of Paramount Plus. So it's all about access and it's all about reach. On the lines of that, this is what I believe we are going to. I think Netflix and or Amazon Prime is going to get a major, or maybe they both get the major NFL packages for the 1 o'clock and 4:25 window. Maybe even YouTube, right? Because YouTube has this deal with NFL Sunday Ticket. What I predict we may see in the future is actually NFL Sunday Ticket goes away. NFL Sunday Ticket will no longer be a thing, and we will be forced to pay behind a paywall for individual NFL games. I think that could be coming. And I think if that happens, the NBCs, the CBSs, the Foxes, they're mostly going to go under. NBC is still going to be around because they're going to still have Sunday Night Football with their streaming service Peacock. My guess is that, as I mentioned, ESPN will keep Monday Night Football. So we're going to have a primetime game, right? Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, as we always do. And I suspect the NFL, with this 18-game schedule that's coming, is going to try to negotiate away like they're doing on YouTube with the Chiefs-Chargers game to get a Friday night game exclusive. And we may get Friday night NFL games, which was never allowed because of high school football conflicting. I think that is coming in the future because they can say we can put it on a streaming service, and here it is. And I think that Fox and CBS, now CBS may be different because they could put the likes of Survivor, Big Brother, other reality shows, etc., on Paramount Plus. But that's where it's going to live, I think, in the 2030s, because I think broadcasting outside of sports is going to be dead. I think local news may be dead by the time we reach 10 years from now, 2035. We may get a half an hour show of national news, and you may just look up the local weather on your local, Google machine or Chat GPT. Folks, the world is changing rapidly, and we as a consumer are paying for it. Think about what we have to pay right now as an NFL fan to watch every single NFL game this season. Not only do you need to pay for NFL Sunday Ticket for YouTube TV, which is like what, $450 without the YouTube TV cable bundle or whatever you want to call it. You have to have Amazon Prime, which I believe is now $16.99 a month. I know Peacock raised its prices to like $10.99 a month, I believe, and that is for the tier with ads. Yeah, you have to have that for an exclusive Peacock game, and or if you don't want to pay for NBC Sunday Night Football, you can watch it on there. You have to have the ESPN / ABC, and I believe there's going to be an exclusive game on the ESPN Plus app. You have to have a cable subscription to see NFL Network and Fox and CBS. It is a lot of money. And then you have to have Netflix for the Christmas Day games. I mean, you're looking at easily $600 if you want to watch every single game of the NFL season. And pretty soon for WWE, I would imagine, I don't know who's going to get the network library after Peacock. It may be YouTube. But is there a scenario where, we're on Netflix for Raw, but SmackDown is on Amazon Prime and NXT is on something else, and WWE goes completely away from broadcasting cable? I think the WWE universe has already shown their capabilities of streaming. They followed with the WWE network. They followed the Peacock. They followed the Netflix. They're going to follow with the ESPN direct to consumer service. Yes, it's possible. ChatGPT is moving way too fast for my liking, and streaming is moving way too fast for my liking. Streaming used to be able to go back and watch shows, like old libraries. Now, I will say it is nice to, again, go back and watch old seasons of like a Survivor or a Big Brother or even one of my favorite shows. And I'm going to say it, I don't care if you think this is controversial or not. Drake and Josh, iCarly, the Nickelodeon series, right? Obviously controversial because of the creator of those shows, but let's face it, those shows in my heyday were the best shows on television back in the day, right? It's nice to go back and watch those shows. The exclusivity, the amount of ads, it does get a pain in the ass, and this is not what streaming was created to do, in my opinion, but it's what streaming is going to do, and we have to adapt. So this is really a PSA. I know it sounds like I'm rambling here because I really am, I'll be honest with you. But to end today's exclusive show, this is more of a PSA, folks. Get your wallets out because we're going to be paying more for sports than ever before. And so you better prepare for it and you better not resist to it because it's coming faster than we all think. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. We are in collaboration with the one, the only Voltage Live. My social media links are in the description below. We will continue Tuesday with my NFL predictions for the AFC North and NFC North, Thursday for the AFC South and the NFC South, Friday for the NFL awards, Saturday for my WWE Clash in Paris preview, and then Sunday night for my WWE Clash in Paris review, which will be live streaming on the Brandon's World YouTube channel. So we're coming with content as the NFL season here kicks off. And remember, folks, we're paying for it with our wallets. This is the new era of streaming, and I'll be honest with you, I don't like it really at all. Like that clip from the Brandon's World podcast? If so, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button. While you're down there hitting the subscribe button, make sure to also hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. And make sure you check out all the other clips from the Brandon's World podcast right here on YouTube.